Yo, people, kaka! Welcome back to the fix. Quik Fix, that is. It's going on here with Ari and Javi. Kaka! It's Quik Fix time. Javi, for those who aren't familiar, kaka! Tell them what it's all about, but before you do that, tell them who it's brought to them by.
Okay, little birdie. Quik Fix is brought to you by Prism Marketing Consultants, the public relations and media platform catering to the Caribbean diaspora. Quik Fix is also brought to you by Magnum, celebrating 25 years of dancehall. Quik Fix is a run-up of the news that we've missed in the week, so let's get started. No cartel.
None this week.
No cartel this week. However, we got some good news. On Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, Bounty Killer held a press conference to donate $10,000 to Sophia Leng, the wife of Cleve Leng, popularly known as Lieutenant Stitchie. The dancehall superstar spoke of his deep and long friendship with the gospel artist and shared that he felt compelled to activate his contacts to raise the funds to help with the rehabilitation of Lieutenant Stitchie, who is currently recovering from a severe brain hemorrhage. Bounty Killer encouraged everyone to donate to the GoFundMe for Lieutenant Stitchie, with the current goal set at $100,000. The Fix was on hand at the press conference and captured the handover of the check to Sophia Leng. Here's a clip.
On the behalf of the Bounty Foundation and Shaggy, we handed this check today, my dear. Just give it tails.
Take your check. Take your check.
So, guys, how was it? I missed it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was. We were there at the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
The Bounty Killer Foundation and Banky, his manager, Mr. Gisco. Funny, that's why I just found out his name. It's like always Banky.
Yeah,
but we go call him Mr. Gisco now.
Right?
Yeah.
Government name.
But being there, and Bounty Killer spoke, he was so impassioned and very much, the same passionate Bounty that we know, and very, very full of life, and just want to ensure that want to pass on and make sure that everybody knows that Lieutenant Stitchie is not only loved but remembered for the kindness that he has shown, not just Bounty Killer, which he spoke about, but just his contribution to dancehall, for it to never be forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for Bounty Killer to take up the call, and I don't mind this big press conference handing over, because it just could have been done in the quiet and hidden and without the fanfare. But I think because we had Papa San on recently, and we asked him what is the church doing? He's like, well, we're praying for him, but it takes cash to care. And if the family is setting a goal of $100,000 that's not enough. That's not chicken feed. That's like real money, and it's a long way to recovery. So it really takes a lot. So for him to do that is just, and to do it publicly, is just to encourage more people to donate to know that, listen, yes, come together. And he partnered with Shaggy. And the Bounty Killer Foundation partnered with Shaggy, and he made sure to mention that Shaggy, gave it out of his own money,
right,
to contribute to Shaggy. So it's a big drop in the pond. It's a long way to go to 100,000.
Yeah,
and it keeps growing, but every mickle make a muckle, and I'm really glad that the dancehall fraternity, especially is it feels like this is a part of the dancehall community's contribution to Lieutenant Stitchie.
Yeah.
So shout out to Bounty Killer, of course. Shout out to Banky. Shout out to Shaggy. And everybody who Killer reached out to and decided to contribute and to make this donation. Really, truly.
Yeah, man.
And sending love to Lieutenant Stitchie. We met his wife, a lovely woman. She's fighting the fight. And
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong too. Yeah, shout out to Bounty Killer, shout out to Shaggy, shout out to Banky, Mr. Gisco. No, but when, as I say, Ari, you're there and you hear Killer talk, I can't help but feel a sense of pride, if you will. And just being proud. I say, I'm really proud of that man, I hear him even talk about, say, well, he spoke on, him calling himself the poor people governor. And said, how if I call myself that? And when things like these arrive, I'm not there.
Yeah.
You know, to lend support to my brother. You know what I mean? And it just spoke to him as a man.
Yeah.
Core.
Yeah.
You know? So as I said, Arim could have do it under quiet, but he knows that if Bounty Killer does this to this scale and load it up, it's going to be magnified, which is why we did make sure we did it. Right? So we can help in the magnification of this. I mean, because as I said, Ari, prayer is good. And even when you speak to Mrs. Leng, she says prayer is good.
That's what the church,
and that's what the church is doing, and she wants that, right? But when you can actually put words to action, you know, and mobilize in trying to help someone who has a legacy in both dancehall and gospel reggae.
Right.
It speaks whole heap of volumes.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Bounty Killer, shout out to Banky, shout out to Shaggy.
Yeah, and everyone that has contributed. Yeah.
And I hope that this really leads to other dancehall figures doing the same.
And you know, he said something very important, and it will come out, but I just really wanted to highlight it, that he said that the career move from a dancehall artist to a gospel artist felt like a pay cut to him. When he highlighted like how much that gospel showkeeper Jamaica are like 2-3. You know, you rarely see gospel artists being a brand ambassador for corporate entities that. So it's like,
I show them it's free.
Yeah, and most of the gospel shows are free entry. So you're when he put that into perspective, I'm like, you know, you're right. I never really thought of it like that. And you know, I always thought that probably they got it through like traveling, preaching, and music and whatever. But you're right, like it's not a lot, you know. And Jamaicans don't really buy album like that, so you don't even know the royalties what he would get. But
not for cut they bring it up in response to the people them who are question Stitchie and say, Stitchie money though?
I'm supposed to have money.
He brought it up in response to people who have them thing.
And he really put that into perspective to me, just even how as a country and corporate entity, and government agency, in any way that we can, like, to lend and rally more support to gospel, because we claim to be a very Christian nation. I think we need to do much more in terms of highlighting and respecting and giving financial helping it financially, you know, like don't make them do nothing for free, but pay them what they're worth.
Or not everything,
right? They're doing the Lord's work. Support them like that. So again, that was very for when Bounty bring that up, I was like, shit,
hit the nail on the head.
We talked to Papa San and we hail him as a pioneer in a gospel reggae. Lieutenant Stitchie is one as well as alongside Junior Tucker, Chevelle Franklin. These are the pioneers, and if the government can do more to support them and to highlight them, you know, it would be great.
Not just government, corporate entities.
Corporate as well. Corporate as well.
Definitely.
Strength up to
the Leng family.
And Sophia, it's very good to hear that he's doing better. Like he's inching back to recovery.
Yeah.
But keep on giving people. Emma.
Love that.
Love that.
Alrighty, moving on.
That's our statesman.
Bolt still in the dark. Track superstar Usain Bolt this week posted on X several cryptic messages such as, they banking on the country youth love for his country, but ask yourself, do they love their country or themselves? Another post just says fake news. And finally, time is longer than rope. Many have speculated that he's referring to his $12 million retirement fund that was stolen from the now defunct financial institution SSL. Bolt's lawyer spoke with the Gleaner and shared that his client is frustrated with the lack of transparency in regards to recovering his money. Bolt's legal team will go back to court in late October and is expecting an update to see how best to proceed on the matter. According to the Gleaner, last week SSL indicated that it has advanced its plans to pay its clients. The payout is primarily from the proceeds of the International Securities client portfolio sale, with an approximate value in excess of US $30 million or Jamaican $4.7 billion. So, what are your thoughts on this, Naro?
It's a travesty.
Yeah.
It's a travesty. Say somebody who is, without argument, top 10 athlete of all time that has done so much to add to the culture of Jamaica. Put Jamaica in a pan the map. We did pan the map before, no, but pan the map in a different
way. Yeah.
Say a national treasure. I got through them foolishness.
Yeah.
At first, it was more of a thing that he would have to deal with, of course. But when I really appreciate myself, them foolishness enough to happen, and the government and the powers that be should really be lending more of a hand if they're not to sorting this out.
Yeah.
Because it's a foolishness. Foolishness. So the man at the social media and I leave cryptic message and all them things that it should have reached us. So this should not take so long to be remedied.
Exactly.
And we just can't hope say, by October, that will be closer to remedied, because 2 years now.
Yeah.
2 years now.
Yeah, right.
It's gone for too long. I can just imagine
Time flies so quick.
in them yard, I must see certain news out there about certain leaders and things involved with these companies. Like, the man must appreciate certain things.
Yeah.
So, and I don't blame him. I don't blame none of that.
For sure.
No, yeah, I agree. Nah, this is ridiculous. Like, it's not just Bolt that there were several other people who were losing money, you know, and even though SSLV is trying to take steps because they sell them. You said in the end, like they sold like how much? Them get $4 billion Jamaican dollar from as something of themselves from the company as a part of their company.
Yeah.
Right.
Client portfolio sale.
Right. So they have money, it's just to dole it out, you know. And a lot of people have been affected by this, and trust me, for it, and him saying it's in retirement fund, and maybe both have other monies, maybe he doesn't, but the thing is it should not be. He wants his money, and it's not like him put it on them bed, him put it on one financial institution where he thought was reputable, and there were safeguards in there protected to ensure that his money, if stolen, because you know NCB, Scotia, everybody got have them teeth in worker, but if it happens like that it should be, the money should be recovered and he should get back his money. And I think what he's upset with is a lack of transparency. Like, there's nobody coming forward. It seemed as if, because I was reading the article, like if the FBI is involved, and you know, Dr. Clark said that he was getting investigators to look into it, and still like he's getting nothing, he's hearing nothing.
Yeah.
So it must be frustrating, especially, and again, we don't matter if we think Bolt rich, it's $12 million, it's a lot of money.
And the man has children.
And he has children. Like, it was his retirement money. You know, we all know that the corporate earnings won't always be doling in, and it's always good to safenet and safeguard some cash.
Yeah.
And for this to happen to him, it's absolutely ridiculous. And there are other people are affected, other nameless people who are affected in this whole scheme. I think that the president of SSLV need to talk, and SSL need to come and talk, not just to the Bolt, but just put out, like, just meet people, have a press conference, and literally talk to the people them, because it must be frustrating to be wondering where your money gone.
Yeah,
you know. So I totally agree. And
wait, so them SSL people have a press conference
or something?
I don't think so.
I don't think that's a good them need to put their foot to the fire. There needs to be answers to it. There needs to be answers, like
at least a YouTube video
or something. But there needs to be answers.
People present that Black might go left.
There needs to be answers. There needs to be answers, and whether if it's not in the press or if you do it privately, whatever. But the people them really need to know, oh, may I get back my money? And they sell in the sell part of the asset, or when the timeline. Let me know.
Or even the clients, like, reach out to them and
let them
just
know.
Be transparent. Let them know what's happening. If you have the investigations, they still need to be updated.
Exactly.
I think maybe that's what's happening, that them say certain things and give certain timeline, and then the timeline pass. So it's like people frustrations are grow, because it's like, you told me this, but this not happen, or it gone past the time when you said
for too long now.
But then again, that's where it comes to maturity and leadership. Even if things are delaying or stalled or whatever,
still
you tell
something.
people what is the issue. Tell them, let them know that I'm doing my part. The FBI them need to do them part, and them do further investigation. We're waiting on them. No, you know, that is what happened. Like, to be left in the dark, to be ghosted is frustrating. You need to know what is the issue. And it's my money when I run hard and work hard for earn, and this lady just come and just take my money and gone. She just go back to prison, and that's it. no, there needs to be consequences and there needs to be answers.
Definitely.
Really frustrating. The man put up the warmest picture ever received a award.
Yeah, and he keeps dropping other little messages.
But I just wanted to say too, I don't think Bolt, I know like Bolt love him country for real. Like no one can ever doubt that.
Yeah, man.
Him love him
question.
country. But I guess this is kind of playing into it to say like, you know, like you know use it for not, because he could have interviews, you know, and talk about this and disparage the entire country, you know, so full of scammers and thief and fraudsters, you know, but he might hold it.
Yeah.
And I think that is what he's saying, like stop use that against me, because it just take me for go one CNN, ESPN and shut this Ross down.
Yeah.
Stop playing with him. That.
The man a question, how much your country love me back?
Sad to see. Alrighty, moving on. So, high-profile Jamaican attorney Isat Buchanan, renowned for his pivotal role in securing the release of dancehall star Vybz Kartel, is making a bold leap into representational politics. The People's National Party (PNP) recently announced Buchanan as their candidate for East Portland in the upcoming general election, signaling a shift in their strategy to reclaim a seat they held for 30 years.
Yup.
Buchanan, a celebrated and controversial figure, enters the political arena with a clear mission to unseat the incumbent Jamaica Labour Party JLP Member of Parliament Anne-Marie Vaz, who has held the constituency since 2019. The PNP is betting on Buchanan's charisma and reputation for resilience to energize their base and challenge Vaz's stronghold. Vaz, who narrowly won her seat in 2019 and solidified her position with a decisive victory in 2020, is expected to face fierce competition from Buchanan.
Right. Yeah, my family come from Portland, especially I think Portland Eastern. So we know that PNP, they run it. So I had never ever thought that I would see the day that JLP would have held that seat.
Yeah.
And it's the Vazes and they've held it. And to be honest, it seemed, especially in 2020 with the resounding victory that she got, is an indicator. Well, the people them say, yo, at the Vaz them we say Western and Eastern. At Vaz them say. So if it was supposed to happen, let's see if the Vybz Kartel stimulus package will work. Let's see. But it gotta take more than Vybz Kartel. It gotta be a heavy political machinery, cash machinery, and just political savvy to do that. You know, it's not just Kartel. Like he's a real added plus.
Yeah, people
love Kartel. But the Vaz them and it's not just that, like the Vaz them have been actually doing tangible work, like you know, road work. Portland was literally undrivable. Now it's like a nice stretch of road, and the continued improvements and the people them look at them and work with them and believe in the Vaz them mission. So not impossible. I thought it was impossible for the JLP to have that seat in my lifetime, but I've seen it come to pass. So not impossible. Them can win it back. So it just gotta take real hard work.
Yeah.
Right, I take money, you know. I think I that shot of money. No. I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to spend your money.
I got that.
Yeah.
This is interesting for still because I think this will be a sort of test, as you alluded to, Ari, to see the cartel effect. In a political sphere, like a real life test.
Yeah.
You know, because we all know that Isat Buchanan was front and center during this whole case with Kartel. So, and plus we saw him at the conference. So it's almost like a vote for him. It's like it's a vote for Kartel in a way, because me like Isaac because he represents Kartel. Yeah, enough people are going to be voting, I'm telling you. So let us see if that is going to be enough to unseat the Vazes. As I say, I look like them prepared to have a strong hold on the seat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it seems like the PNP, they want it back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we say, the man feel like him can do anything now. No?
Why not?
Best believe, you know. Isaac feel like there's nothing I can't achieve.
I'm unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable. Yeah, the man feel like it's
impossible. Call me, beat me. You wanna reach me? You wanna?
It work at Kingston. Like we see if it work.
You know, I was having this conversation with somebody, and I was thinking that why wasn't the focus probably on St. Catherine, the constituency, the Waterford constituency. But I guess them already have them person. But I thought I was having that discussion with somebody and they're like, I mean, if it's Kartel, he might use, why not use a community where Kartel
yeah,
come
why
from?
I'm gone
Like,
Portland.
why I'm gone Portland.
Maybe
But
them figure said that already is going to be taken.
probably, I don't know.
I think this is
Them of them
this
caretaker.
is one roll of the dice, man. So we'll see how this come on. Yeah, man. We'll see. We'll throw a roll of the dice. So, man. Isaac. We'll take back that seat there for you. But we'll see how this goes. Yeah, man.
Interesting times ahead.
Interesting times.
Definitely.
Bold move, Cotton. see if it pays off.
Let's see.
Good.
And that's it for Quik Fix. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment down below.
All right, there's a caca.